Hello, I'm Nathan Deal, and welcome to another edition of Real Jobs and Real People. Today, all over Georgia, farmers and ranchers are baling hay, getting ready for the preparation for the winter. Let's go talk to one of our farmers who is in the process of baling hay right here today. We're here today with my friend Ike Swafford. Ike, thanks for letting us join you in the hayfield.
Oh, you're quite welcome. We need the help today.
You're going to put me to work if I stay too long,
yes,
right?
Yes, sir. Too long is going to be bad news for you.
Well, tell us what you're doing. I see you've got square bales. What is this grass, and what are you going to use it for?
It's Bermuda grass and ryegrass, and we feed stalled horses with it.
All right.
We're running about 18–20% protein on most of it. It's had a little too much water to get the yield that we normally get this spring, but we're not in control of those things, so we take it like it is.
You're like most hay farmers right now, you're watching the weather patterns to make sure you have enough time to cut it and let it cure and then be able to bale it.
Yes, sir. That's exactly right.
Well, all across Georgia, of course, farmers are doing exactly what you're doing. Most of the cattle farmers, I guess, have gone to the round bales, haven't they?
Yes, sir, they have. They have.
Saves a lot of work. When I grew up on a farm in middle Georgia, it was always the square bales. We had to pick them up by hand and stack them in the barn by hand.
That's right, and somehow my dad only wanted them in the loft.
That's right.
We didn't do any ground storage on them.
Well, we've come a long way in terms of mechanization in agriculture, and but of course things like getting up hay are just an essential part of being a farmer in Georgia if you have livestock.
Yes, sir. It's Memorial Day weekend. It's a tradition for us, has been for 30–35 years. That's, if the weather's correct, that's what we do Memorial Day weekend.
And how many cuttings do you normally get?
We get 3.
And this year with the rain the way it is, hopefully they'll all be good cuttings.
They'll all be good, yes, sir.
Well, good. Well, we appreciate you taking time, and you're an example of what farmers all across our state are doing this time of the year. And it is a labor-intensive process, even though we have a lot of mechanical devices that help us. How long does it normally take from the time you first cut it until you can bale it?
2 days.
That's if the weather stays good.
If the weather stays good and you had a good breeze over it, it'll 2 days.
Well, good. Well, thank you so much, Ike.
Thank you, sir.
Nice to visit with you today.
Mm-hmm.
Certainly. Thank you for joining us here again. This is an example of what's happening in farms all across this state as farmers are cutting and baling hay for their livestock. And just remember, agriculture is still our #1 producer of economy in this state. When you pass those fields and you see those farmers on those tractors cutting the hay and baling it, just remember that they are real jobs and real people at work in Georgia. Thank you for joining us. If you'd like for me to come to your place of business, just send me an email at nathan@nathandeal.org. Look forward to seeing you on the next edition of Real Jobs and Real People.